Alright guys, time to take a look at some Marvel characters. I'm Sasha Wood and it's time for the top 10 facts about the Guardians of the Galaxy you may not know. Number 10. The Guardians of the Galaxy first appeared in Marvel Superheroes number 18 in 1969, and they struggled to find their footing. Although they did have a self-titled comic series in the 90s that ran for 62 issues. And aside from Yondu, it had a completely different lineup to what the film has. In fact, the lineup that resembles the one from the film didn't come into being until 2008. Number 9. The original Guardians of the Galaxy hailed from the 31st century, specifically an alternate timeline on Earth 691. Cause as we all know, the Marvelverse is infinite, so if you ever need a new continuity, just make up a new number. Number 8. Popular team member RACCOON was created by Bill Mantlo and Keith Giffen. He was inspired by the Beatles song Rocky Raccoon. Not only is his name taken from the song, but so are aspects of his character. He first appeared in Marvel Preview number 7 in 1976. Some slightly more recent inspiration at number 7. According to director James Gunn, Star-Lord's ship the MILANO is named after titular actress ALYSSA Milano. He states this is because she was Peter's childhood crush. So while many remember Milano from Charmed, if Peter was kidnapped in 1988, the films he could have seen her in are Old Enough and Commando. I mean, yeah, I guess, and maybe she did some modeling before he was abducted. I don't know why I spent so long thinking about this. Number 6. Despite the amount of CG required for the film, the director James Gunn aimed to incorporate practical effects wherever possible, stating, "Our sets are enormous. We have a prison that has 350,000 pounds of steel. Anybody who knows me knows I love the mix of practical and CGI effects. I can't wait for people to see it, because it's astonishingly beautiful." And honestly, the mesh did work pretty well. Speaking of time and effort, it brings us to number 5. Vin Diesel did many recordings of the line "I am Groot." We're talking thousands, or at least 1,000. This was no reused spliced in line, though it easily could have been. Instead, the actor came into the recording studio and was presented with 2 documents, one on the left and one on the right. On the left it read, "I am Groot." On the right, it contained the sentence that specified what that "I am Groot" meant, so that proper nuance and inflection could be put into the phrase.
I am Groot. Groot.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Voice acting is an art, and people need to respect it. A potential romance in at number 4. For all you guys shipping Gamora, which has been hinted at again in the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, maybe she's just holding out for Tony Stark. Those two hooked up in the comics during the stint when Tony was a member of the team, though in all honesty, she wasn't very impressed. But hey, film is a different universe and medium. Can we get some love for Tony? Or some therapy? He's not okay. Number 3. The decision to make the Guardians of the Galaxy film was a bit of a risk for Marvel/Disney, given the team's relative obscurity in the public eye. While the film's success more than made up for it, it could also be argued that the fact that no one knew what to expect really aided the film, and allowed the creative staff to take the characters in the direction they wanted. The potential for the film was first announced at Comic-Con in 2010 and was confirmed in 2012. Number 2. The concept for this new team was thought up by its authors Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, who laid the foundation in the story Annihilation Conquest, as they wanted to use the group of characters left standing who they felt would be fun in combination to make up a new superhero team. They stated having them originate in this way provided the motivation the team would need. On the heels of 2 back-to-back wars, they're out to prevent any new Annihilation-sized disasters from erupting. However, even here the team struggled somewhat with cancellations and having to reboot following Marvel All New, All Different. So as you can see, a lot has changed, but few more so than our title character, which brings us to number 1. Star-Lord had a very different personality than the one he was given on film. When he debuted in Marvel Preview number 4 in 1976, he was an abrasive jerk. His creator Steve Englehart stated that this was part of a planned arc, claiming, "I conceived something very large. My hero would go from being an unpleasant, introverted jerk to the most cosmic being in the universe. And I would tie it into my then new interest in astrology. After his earthbound beginning, his mind would be opened step by step, with a fast action story on Mercury, a love story on Venus, a war story on Mars, and so on, out to the edge of the solar system and then beyond. But after his earthbound beginning, where I established him as an unpleasant introverted jerk, I left Marvel, so no one ever saw what he was to become. While he did mellow over time, he was still nothing close to the affable jokester of a leader portrayed in the film." So those were some facts about the Guardians of the Galaxy you may not have known. Let me know what you guys want to see next down in those comments. I'm Sasha Wood, thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and of course turn on that bell notification so you never miss another nerdy list. See you guys.